Hey, Mommy.
Yes, Mimi.
So you know how when we first meet someone, they can seem really nice.
Right.
But we also know that God knows all of our hearts. And just like Luke 12, verse 34 says, your heart will be where your treasure is. So I wanted to ask you, what does that mean to you?
Okay, I like that one.
Thank you.
To me, when we think about treasure, something valuable has valuables in it. So your heart will be where your treasure is. And so that lets me know that it's very important to think about what we hold valuable. What are we holding in our hearts, right? Because I also know that our hearts can be deceiving at times. And so that is why even Proverbs 4:23 tells us to guard our hearts, right? Because from it, the issues of life flow. And so when we're thinking about what is that treasure, what do you hold valuable? When what is being held is in alignment with God's word and him and his character, I think that it really puts us in a position to be a reflector of what we receive from God, right? So that way we're able to be the ambassadors and the representatives that he's called us to be, but also be more authentic in how we're showing it for ourselves and for others, because it is not the fickleness of what can happen in life that is determining how we're showing and presenting ourselves, but it is the track record we have with God and the truth that's in his word that we have guarding our heart and stacking up like valuables in a treasure chest.
Absolutely. I love that.
Thank you.
Of course. To me, that means that our hearts where our true selves are. Because if we were to get like an x-ray of our hearts and people were to actually see what's inside our heart, our true self would show. Because like you said about the valuables, to me, valuables are, in a way, gifts from God. Because whether that's giving or acting or helping people, any way that God has blessed us with these gifts, they are valuables in our heart. So even if we were not to show that to people, like for the first time or in public, people will be able to sense that because God's light illuminates around us and it radiates from us.
Right.
So I feel like it's so important to remember that it's the best to be your true self, because being fake and not being your actual self, that doesn't really get you anywhere. It brings you down more than anything. Flourish and be your true self, because that can not only bless you but also bless others too.
I think so.
Just know that it's so important to think about, what does your heart look like? Have a blessed day and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.